am the Dark Lord. I am not afraid of a tween.
God, shut up, Jennifer Love hairdo.
It has been a minute.
It's been 84 years.
Ciao, all. Thomas here. I am tired. So, without getting into it too much, basically, the last couple weeks have been god awful. I'm okay for the most part, but like everything is just I feel very like not great. I think I might start I might be coming down with a cold, which is great on top of everything in my life just kind of already yeah. So I've been kind of taking a break from content and stuff just to like focus on real life stuff, just to, you know, deal with what's gone down. It's but I'm back. I'm gonna try to like focus on content again because one, I literally have to. It's my job. But also, I don't know, I'm hoping it'll help like distract me a little bit. You know, I just went through one of the worst things in my life, like by far. I feel it's only fitting that I take that as an excuse to bully the Winx reboot once again. And I mean, the second half of season 1, I think, is coming out next month. Like, it got pushed up. So, you know, I'm taking this as a sign from the universe. It's time to jump the fuck back in. So we're just going to talk about episodes 12 and 13 in one go, bully them, and then we'll go from there. Sounds fun? Okay, let's do it. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, Vexius destroyed Red Fountain and no one cared. Also, Saladin is gone. Okay. Bloom is worried that Vexius somehow got her dragon flame despite the fact that she still has her powers. She's not very bright. So now she's gone off alone to try and figure out how Vexius got the dragon flame. And yeah, it's our turn to pretend that we give a fuck. So episode 12 is called Light Rock Fortress. We'll get into the Light Rock naming bullshit later. We begin in Alfea, where Farragon and the professors are like warning everybody about Vexius. It feels very nonchalant though. This doesn't really feel like a crisis. This feels like an ordinary day at Alfea, where we're just getting like a little seminar of like, BT dubs, a Dark Lord wannabe is on the loose. Be careful, kids. Goodbye. Good luck.
I've called this assembly to warn you that the destruction of Red Fountain is not the last battle we will endure.
And of course, the Tricks are openly planning their evil schemes, as Farragonda speaks.
We will prevail so we can all live in harmony.
She means the Tricks will prevail. And everyone will do as I say. I mean, as you say.
And no one gives a fuck because the Tricks are just allowed to do whatever evil shit they want. Yeah. Everybody leaves, but then Farragonda's like, girls. And then the Winx just gravitate towards her. It's a very awkward cut. Like, it's just...
Good day. Girls?
Like, obviously she means the Winx because they're the only characters that, like, you know, nominally matter. I don't know, just the way that this is blocked, everything feels so stiff and robotic and lifeless. So Farragonda and Griffin entrust them to get Bloom back because they're going to need her dragon flame to fight Vexius. And the Winx are like, okay, cool, sure, whatever, we'll do that somehow.
We're on it. The
professors can't be bothered to find her, I guess. It's also very funny that Bloom has left Alfea like twice in like, what, 12 episodes? That's, wow, that's got to be like a new record. So the Winx go back to their dorm and they're like, maybe she went back to Earth. Like, you know, that's where she went the last time she wanted to fucking cry like a loser. Maybe she enrolled back in school somehow and no one noticed. But the girls are like, nah, like Bloom would want to fight this time, I guess. She wouldn't want to run away. So then Tecna randomly remembers the lecture Farragonda had back in episode 4, I believe, about Light Rock Fortress. It's such a non sequitur, but it's like, okay, sure. I guess the plot needs us to go there, so okay. What's also weird is that Tecna says it was like 2 weeks ago.
Here is Farragonda's lecture in history class from 2 weeks ago.
So episode 4 was only 2 weeks ago. What is the pace of this? What the fuck? Also, didn't y'all just have like midterms or whatever?
You aced the WizGiz midterm!
What is this timeline? So Light Rock Fortress is very different here compared to the original. And for this, I'm also going to have to explain Light Rock, but also Rockaluce, because it's a whole thing. So in the original, there was a magical lake that Daphne's spirit lived in. It was called Rockaluce. And Rockaluce means light fortress, like Rocca means fortress and luce means light in Italian. And there's also a monastery called Rocca Luce, and there's supposedly some kind of connection between them. It's never really explained, but then when the show was getting dubbed, mainly by Cinelume, I mean, 4Kids also like fucked up with the names like quite a lot. Like the lake had 2 names, neither was Rocca Luce.
The bottom of Lake Ephemera. It's not a place one can actually come to.
I've gotta go to Lake Chrysalis right now.
But Cinelume specifically tended to oscillate between Rocca Luce and Light Rock.
Legend has it that she lives in the depths of Lake Roccaluce.
Because, you know, when you hear Rocca Luce, you hear Rocca and you're like, oh, like rock. Like, which I guess sonically makes sense. Also, you could liken a fortress to a rock because they're both sturdy or whatever. Light Rock does sound like a very pretty name, so it was called Light Rock Fortress. And then the Nick dub kind of reinforced this by calling the lake Rocca Luce, the Italian name, and then the monastery is Light Rock.
Daphne lived here, in the depths of Lake Roccaluce.
I send you back from where you came. White Rock Monastery.
And the monastery is where the tricks get sent. It's a rehabilitation center run by monks.
If we don't show some enthusiasm, they'll never let us out on good behavior.
No way. That's beneath my dignity.
Here in the reboot, there is no Lake Roccaluce or Light Rock or whatever you want to call it. I mean, there is a lake, but it doesn't really have a name and it's not very important. The main draw here is Light Rock Fortress, which is now the old headquarters of the Company of Light, which is a fine enough change. I kind of like that.
Light Rock Fortress is the heart of all magical power. In the last war, the Company of Light used it as their headquarters.
Feels weird that the lake got screwed over, but okay. What confuses me, though, is where this is supposed to be, because again, we didn't establish that there's a magic dimension with many different planets. So later on, when we see Bloom flying up to like the lake and the fortress, it also looks very cold, like, you know, Domino, because Domino is like frozen over. At least it was in the original. We don't really know here because no one has explained what Domino is. So it's like, is Bloom on Domino? Is the fortress on Domino? Or are we still on Magix, but on a different part of Magix? Where is this geographically in comparison to everything else? Because Lake Roccaluce was like in the center of all 3 schools on Magix in the original. So what gives? Anyway, the Winx decide to head there. They transform. I don't know why they needed a whole sequence other than to pad the runtime.
Magic Winx!
I answered my own question. Yeah, they transform and they just like fly. They don't even like show them opening the window. They just fly off into the distance and it's like, wow, okay. Stella, you couldn't open a portal or something? I thought your ring... who cares?
Farragonda also said that the fortress doesn't reveal itself to just anyone.
God is dead. God, we means dead.
So Bloom arrives at the fortress. It's supposed to only reveal itself to the pure of heart.
The fortress reveals itself to the pure of heart.
Okay, cool. But it's also like a barn door, apparently, because once you go in, it is now available for anyone to wander in, I guess, as we will see later. So Bloom ascends the stairway to heaven or something.
United in Scala et Caelum.
She reaches the fortress. The design is kind of fine, I guess, but it's giving like a discount Spyro level. Like, it looks like a really bad, forgotten Spyro level from, like, a Hero's Tale or one of those, like, mid-tier games from, like, the PS2 gen. Actually, you know what the fortress is giving? It's giving the Crystal Castle from the She-Ra reboot. That's what it's giving. Maybe the AI was trained on that. And then she de-transforms, which, on the one hand, confuses me, because I feel like I would go in here expecting some kind of like fight or something, and I want to be prepared by being transformed ahead of time. But at the same time, this also means I don't have to look at her ugly skirt. So yeah. So Bloom enters and she is greeted by Bartleby. At least I assume he's Bartleby. He doesn't really say his name.
Welcome. Welcome. This This is very exciting. We never get visitors. Would you like tea, coffee, juice, soda, kombucha, a raspberry smoothie perchance?
No, thank you.
You remember Bartleby from Secret of the Lost Kingdom? He was Oratel's like scribe, keeper of like the Book of Fate and this important library on the Mountain of the Rock.
I must apologize, but we have to be quick. Time is of the essence.
You're such a boring guy.
So Bartleby is back, which is kind of a cool nod, but it's also strange because it's like, it's that thing where we don't establish like literally anything. We're talking about Domino as if we already know what it is from the old show, which God help the newbies. And God help us if there's any like fundamental differences between versions that the show is going to expect us to just guess. This is a petty thing, but Bloom refers to Bartleby as like an android.
Are you an android?
Well, no. An android is like a humanoid robot with human behavior. This man is not a robot. He's like clearly a holographic projection, right? Like he's made up of light. He's not really physically there. He's just kind of a projection of light from the fortress. God damn it. And Bartleby is also kind of annoying because he tries really hard to be funny. He's talking about obligatory gift shops. God, I hate gift shop jokes.
Then can I take your coat?
I'm not wearing one.
And he talks like in teen slang. Like he's like a boomer trying to relate to the hip youngins.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
Like he's saying besties, Oratel was the OG of the Company of Light. And I'm like, my good man, my good sir, shut up, please. Take a skateboard and roll off a cliff. Also, annoying thing. They say Oratel was the previous wielder of the dragon flame.
Those jewels were a birthday present for Queen Marion from King Oratel. He was the OG of the Company of Light and always used his dragon flame for good.
Apparently, the dragon flame picks one person per generation. I'm guessing that means when Bloom was born, Oratel no longer had the flame and it just transferred to her, I guess. I'm not a fan of this because it's like, oh, of course the man had the important big power, not Miriam or whatever her name is. Eugenio just like, men need their rights too. And it's like, shut up, Eugenio. Don't you have bullshit movies to generate with AI, you fucking weirdo?
Dear God, where did you go?
Granted, I never really liked how it was in the original version where Bloom was randomly born with the dragon flame. I always tended to prefer the 4Kids version where Daphne had the flame and then gave it to Bloom when Domino fell.
That nymph hid the dragon fire inside the heir to the kingdom's throne. Inside you, Bloom.
But you know, what can you do? The Winx fly up to the fortress. They complain about flying.
My wings are about to fall off!
No, my wings!
I'm like, y'all could have teleported, but whatever. Your wings aren't even moving that much. Like, good lord, calm down. So while this is happening, the professors are investigating Vexis's lair in Cloud Tower's ruins. There are several shots where Palladium looks quite frightening in this lighting. It's genuinely disturbing and frightening and frightful.
Ew!
They try to also do jokes about Palladium being like a scaredy cat, and I'm just like, no, please stop. Please, just stop it.
Down on the ground!
I meant the bad guys, not you.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
So back in the fortress, Bloom sees a statue of Marion or Mariam. Her name is always changing. Have you noticed that? Sometimes it's Marion, sometimes it's Miriam, sometimes it's Miriam.
On your left, a statue of Queen Marion.
She was so beautiful.
Yes, facial symmetry is aesthetically pleasing.
There's this weird thing where there's a mirror nearby, and it's meant to be this moment of Bloom kind of recognizing visual similarities between herself and Miriam, which is really stupid because it's like, girl, how have you not begun to wonder if you are part of this family because you randomly have the dragon flame and you look a lot like one of the members of this family? But okay, god damn it. But there's this weird moment in the mirror where the reflection looks really different between shots. One of them looks like an actual reflection and the other one looks like really hazy and like obscured.
What?
I don't know how the fuck that happened. What? We also see a vision of the past with Oratel, Miriam, and Daphne.
Is it not the most beautiful tiara you have ever seen, Daphne?
Ew! Daphne looks fucking cursed. Her eyes don't look right. She looks bug-eyed. She has these weird, like, 4 pigtails, kinda, but like they're like in rows, and it from the side it looks like one of those things where Gen AI fucks up and gives someone like multiple limbs or appendages. Oratel also looks like he's wearing a onesie. He's not, but it looks like that because of the color blocking. It's disgusting.
Why are you still crying?
Because his pajamas are gay.
So Bloom is like, oh my God, Daphne, I have to meet Daphne. And for some reason, this triggers like a set of trials she has to move through. She sees like a fake Tecna, and Tecna's like, hey, girlfriend, I just downloaded a new patch of emotions. Why did I make her Southern?
Boo-hoo! Wait, is that how Southern people cry? Boo-hoo!
And me personally, I see this and I think this is giving techno-feudal dystopia, where at one point our emotions will be ripped away from us and we'll have to buy them back as subscription services. But, you know, censored and surveilled.
Whoa, nailed the landing there, girlfriend.
Tecna? You seem different.
Downloaded a patch. Check out the emotions on this girl. They're all over my face. Ew!
Bloom is like, you're not Tecna. Tecna would never change herself. And I'm like, okay, sure. This would hit more if y'all felt like actual friends. But sure, okay.
You're not Tecna. Tecna wants to be better about her feelings, but she wouldn't change who she is.
What's weird after this is that she keeps seeing like fake versions of the other Winx. But like, surely after Tecna, it should be clear they're all fakes, yet she's acting in every scenario like they're real.
We found a way out. Just ahead. Look out!
Like I care.
Which really just kind of sucks the stakes out of the moment and just makes it instead very frustrating. I don't know. It reminds me of like 90s Sailor Moon, where all of the Inner Senshi like get murdered on their way to like Barrel's castle in the season 1 finale. Spoilers for like Sailor Moon, I guess. I don't know. But it's like those hit because those are real deaths. Like that's really happening. Versus this where it's like, girl, they're fake. Who cares? So the next trial is Musa and Aisha get eaten by a slime. Bloom blows it up, and somehow that proves bravery. Sure. Okay. Who cares?
Thank God.
Next trial is a budget Saw trap where like Stella and Flora are about to fall into a bottomless green hell pit, and Bloom can only save one of them. I don't know how, because like, couldn't you just use a spell to like make both of them float?
When I snap my fingers, both your friends will drop into the void and will be forever lost. But you'll only have time to save one of your besties.
But she instead decides to like break a pillar, and miraculously it wedges itself, and somehow both Stella and Flora land on it perfectly. Which, like, I don't know how the fuck you lucked out and did that, but that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Bloom then gets to see Daphne in this cool little area, actually. It's like this indoor pond that's like really dark. The pond is like glowing green, and there's like a bunch of pillars and lotuses and lily pads floating around. It reminds me a lot of the water room from Magical Adventure, where Bloom sees Daphne's spirit. I do like this room. I like the vibe of it. I like it a lot. Daphne's spirit then appears, and good lord, googly moogly, what's wrong with her eyes? So like, she's completely yellow. Like she looks like a blob of yellow, but her eyes are like normal, not that at all. So they look like, you know, Clamantha from Fish Hooks with like the googly eyes like glued on. It looks like that. It looks really frightening. It looks like Daphne is just kind of staring at you like a clam. I just want to take this moment to ask why Daphne looked better in Lost Kingdom from 2007 than she does in a 2025 series. I don't know what to do with that. I really don't know what to do with that. And Daphne just kind of talks in circles like, Bloom, I needed to talk to you, but I could only manifest here. Your dragon flame. Your dragon flame is very important. And I'm like, could you like get to the motherfucking point, Daphne? Please. Like, why are we not just getting down to business to defeat the Huns? I mean, Vexius. Like, the whole, oh, Bloom, you're not really from Earth. You're actually from Domino. You're part of the royal family. You have the dragon flame. Why? Get to the fucking point. Like, tell her why she has the dragon flame. Tell her why. But no, instead, we're like, Vexius only has the dragon flame because it was split in two.
Only one person can have the dragon flame at a time. But in this case, something very special happened.
Oh, Lord.
That's right. It's all our worst fears. Damien is Bloom's twin brother. I hate it here.
What's different is you were born a twin. That allowed the flame to be split between you.
I have a twin?
Most predictable plot twist ever, and also the worst. It's giving really bad corporate fan fiction, fam. So Damien is an idiot who thinks that Bloom's family, like as in like the Domino family, stole the dragon flame from Vexius and Damien's family.
Our family were the keepers of an unstoppable ancient power called the dragon flame. You don't have all the flame because half was stolen.
Who took it?
Bloom's family, who were and are criminals.
Fucking idiot.
So not only does Damien still believe that Vexius is his father, like his real father, he believes this bullshit that they had the dragon flame and it got taken from them? Citation needed. It's so stupid. I hate this whole like a misunderstanding plot where a character only turns against the protagonist because they're stupid enough to believe a lie. I'm like, you couldn't just have them like believe in what they're doing. You had to do this shit. Like, this is not compelling. This is not like interesting whatsoever. I mean, there could be a story of like Damien learning to break out from the rule of his like emotionally abusive, like fake dad, but I don't really care. So, you know, Vexius is also really cursed. He has this evil laugh face that haunts my nightmares.
I would honestly rather shove a gun barrel up my urethra and pull the trigger.
He's giving Disney direct-to-video sequel villain, and that feels like an insult because Morgana from Little Mermaid 2 is infinitely cooler and more fun. Also, like, Vexius destroyed Red Fountain. I feel like it should be kind of obvious, Damon, that your dad is evil.
You're not going to destroy anything today, are you?
I was merely testing our family's power. And Red Fountain needed to be rebuilt anyway.
Huh?
Like, it really should be obvious by all the people that he's willing to like hurt and kill. They then summon a discount toothless dragon. It's really ugly looking, and they head off to Light Rock Fortress. Again, it's a barn door, so because Bloom is in there right now, Vexius and Damien are able to enter.
Farragonda also said that the fortress doesn't reveal itself to just anyone. The fortress reveals itself to the pure of heart.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
The Tricks are also here. It's really rent. They just teleport in.
But this means Bloom is in serious trouble.
That's for sure.
Huh?
It's like that scene in The Room where like Lisa and her mom just teleport on the roof while Denny is getting like attacked by a guy, like a thug who wants money. And they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, where the fuck did y'all come from? So the Tricks really want to fuck up Vexius for betraying them. And so they just decide to hang outside while the Winx head inside to help Bloom.
We have business with Vexius. He has something he owes us, and we're gonna get it from him, no matter what.
Come on. Bloom needs us.
We were robbed of a potential forced alliance between groups, and that bothers me. Because the Tricks' whole role now is just going to be sitting outside waiting for something to happen. Yeah, that's really compelling. Damien is kind of wary of doing this, but Vexius keeps, like, influencing him with dark magic. For one, it looks really hideous and disgusting. Like, what in the fish lips is happening?
This is all wrong. Lead the way.
Ew! But it also takes away Damien's agency. I get that could be the point, but it's really not compelling. Because what should be compelling is Damien turning against his sister of his own volition instead of being like, you're lying about being my sister, and also I'm under the influence of my evil father. Like, Damien at this point is not a character. He's not an interesting antagonist. He's just a plot device. And Vexius is boring as dishwater. You know what it's giving? It's giving like Tritanus, where he had to like absorb garbage and pollution in order to like assume his mer trash form.
I've never seen so much garbage. It's perfect.
It's giving that, but like in how to stay evil. And it's infinitely less fun. I can't believe I just compared Tritanus to someone positively. So they run into Bloom and Daphne. Vexius shoots Daphne and her spirit like dissipates. Bloom doesn't even try to protect herself or fight back or anything. She just kind of lets Vexius shoot her and then falls on the floor. And then it's like a cliffhanger. And it's like, what the? Okay.
Damien, wait!
Good thing she told us, otherwise I would have just stood there till I'd finally get hit.
So far, really, really boring and not fun. It feels like this episode should have been about like explaining what Domino is, the story behind Domino and the Dragon Flame, and then revealing the twin thing at the end. But instead, it's just the twin thing, and it doesn't feel earned, it doesn't feel compelling, it doesn't feel emotional at all. It just feels like we've had a wiki page like read to us and we're supposed to care, and I don't. I really don't. And now for episode 13, The Power of the Dragon Flame. Such creative titles. Wow, really. I've like never seen such ambitious titles before. So yeah, Bloom is knocked out, but she gets right back up. It's making me wonder what the point of that cliffhanger last episode even was. And Vexius is like, give me my dragon flame, bitch. And Bloom's like, this is my dragon flame, you ugly ass Jack Frost twink death looking motherfucker.
How about we skip the formalities and you hand over the other half of my flame?
Since when is it your flame?
Silence!
I wrote in my notes here, how did Vexius know Bloom would go to Light Rock in the first place? I just now realized that. I'm also curious about that. Me too, past me. Me too. Anyway, so the Winx immediately come to the rescue and save Bloom and get her out of Dodge. I'm really glad that we're just getting rid of the tension immediately. That's great.
Maybe we should...
Girls, you found me!
Was there ever any doubt?
Well, sorta kinda.
So the Winx then fly into what looks like the entrance hall. We'll get to why this is stupid in a bit, but there's a consistent animation error here, and I checked. It's also in the Netflix version. So if you will look back at the far end of the hall, there's like a door to the outside. You can see the sky through it. But then in another shot, it's just black, like just pure pitch black. Like there's nothing there. Like in the 3D software, it's just the void where something should have been modeled. And then in another shot, it's a set of closed doors. How does that even happen? Okay, it's one thing if this is like a hand-drawn show where like you have to redraw every background like every time from every angle. I could kind of maybe understand it. It would still be bad, but like it would be more forgivable. This is a 3D animated show. These are sets that people model and texture, and then they're just like that. You don't do anything else to them, really. So how the fuck did that happen? Like, did someone just forget to like hit the render toggle on some of the assets back there? I'm just kind of impressed that we find ways to have errors you would see in 2D animation in 3D animation. What the fuck? So anyway, the Winx decide to sit around and gossip. Why? I don't know. Because Vexius is presumably still after Bloom. You know, he'll be coming after them like very shortly. So the Winx decide not to go hide somewhere or to talk while they fly or to like leave. They decide to just sit in an open area, presumably not that far away from where they just were. I'm like, so y'all decide to just be sitting ducks. Okay. I'm allergic to this bullshit. So Bloom drops the hot tea that Damien is her twin brother and he has half the dragon flame.
It was my twin brothers.
What?
It's Damien.
What? What? For reals?
It's doing that thing that was a thing in Ruby where it's like they just repeat exposition. Like, the audience already knows this. You don't have to tell us again. If you want to tell the other characters information you don't know, normally what you do with competent writing is you would tell them off screen and then you would start the scene right as they have their big emotional reactions, because that's the new information that we care about. Like, cut to the Winx going, what? There's no way. Like, just start there instead of starting with the information we already fucking know. You're wasting all of our time, motherfucker. Also, it's really annoying me because Bloom still isn't like, why do I have the dragon flame though? She's like, oh my god, I have a twin brother. That's insane. But like, we seem to have completely skipped her being part of the Domino royal family, and that's why she has the dragon flame. She hasn't thought about it. The thought has not crossed her mind. Daphne didn't bring it up. None of the other Winx are bringing it up. Like, how do you have the dragon flame? Like, at this point, Bloom still genuinely believes that Mike and Vanessa are her bio parents, like from Earth, and that she is actually from Earth. Like, she was born on Earth. What? So anyway, we decide to go find a way to get the dragon flame away from Vexius and give it back to Damien. Tecna is able to somehow scan the whole fortress and lead us to a library.
The best spell collection in the entire world is called the Hall of Spells. It's right here in Light Rock Fortress, 2 floors up.
I'm not really sure how you could do that unless you had like the blueprints for it just ready to go or somewhere on the internet. I guess the fortress has good Wi-Fi, because otherwise, I guess that means Tecna can just scan any building she's in, no matter how complex, which just seems a little bit OP. Meanwhile, Damien is like, do we have to like hurt Bloom? And Vexius is like, yes, we do, son. And Damien's like, okay, father, okay.
They're gone. Now, how do we get the dragon flame that Bloom's family stole?
They can't have gone far.
So, I don't know if this is part of the dark corruption thing, but Damien consistently has like really ugly bags under his eyes, like the whole episode. He looks like he's really, really sleep deprived. Ew! And it's really ugly to look at. I mean, he's already very ugly, but like, it's not making it any better. We then go to the library.
I'd like to spend my vacation at the library!
It's not an actual library, though. It's like a big room with a bunch of floating orbs of light, and the orbs are the books.
It's false advertising.
Which, on the one hand, is kind of cool, but on the other hand is also giving the Room of Wishes, like from Wish. You know, like Magnifico's room where he keeps all the orbed wishes or whatever. Like, it's... okay. Maybe Gen AI stole from Gen AI. Who knows? Incestuous Gen AI. That's an image. So now they have to like comb through all of the orbs to like find one that'll help them. Why this library doesn't have some sort of cataloging system is beyond me. Because I'm like, a library is pretty useless without that, especially if these are just blank orbs that don't have like any visual indication of their subject matter or authors.
To make magic explode, say...
Tecna then is OP again and manages to help us find it. Okay, whatever.
I am hacking into the magical database to find the spell.
Tecna does get a genuinely funny moment though. That's, yeah, I'll take whatever crumbs I can fucking get in this mess.
What would we do without you? I do not think you would survive.
So they learn about the magic reversing spell, but the book also specifies that the target has to believe that whoever took their power does not deserve it.
Disclaimer. This spell only works if your target believes the one who took his magic is unworthy to wield it.
So they have to convince Damien that Vexius does not deserve the dragon flame that he gave him, which I do like that aspect because it should be about winning Damien's trust. But the girls are like, oh, if we just tell Damien the truth that like Vexius isn't his dad and that he's Bloom's brother, he'll definitely for sure turn to our side. And I'm like, y'all are fucking morons. Y'all are dipshits.
So Damien has to doubt Vexius's worth?
Since we're twins, the way to do that is to tell him that Vexius is not his real father.
Idiots! Imbeciles!
For one, everyone in the show is an idiot. I doubt he would believe you. Second, it's oh Jesus. I get that they're kids and they're young, but it's also just like, I feel like it should be fairly obvious to anyone with a functioning brain that it would not be that simple. Like, Damien views Vexius as his father. Like, that's not, like, even if you had proof, he would have, like, a really bad emotional reaction to that, and it would take a long time to process that. He wouldn't just instantly snap out of it and go like, oh, okay, I'll turn against him and help you. Idiots. So then we go to confront Vexius. Bloom chases after Damien on Toothless or whatever, and Bloom is like continually like, I'm your sister, Damien, don't you believe me?
I know this is kind of unbelievable, but Vexius isn't your father!
You'll do anything to get your way, won't you?
Idiot. Again, it's like, you really thought that this would work? Like, one, you don't have any proof. Like, yeah, y'all are both redheads, but like, is every redhead a twin? But also just like, it obviously, like, he's not gonna believe you, and even if he maybe did, he would just be like in shock from it.
The truth is, I'm your sister. We're twins, Damien.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
It's that thing where it's like, just because y'all are twins, it doesn't mean that there's automatically trust there. You have to do more than just say that you're biologically related. Though I also get it, because no one here has an actual character, especially Damien. So there's like nothing really to reach out to beyond that. And also, like, why not just appeal to, like, Damien's sense of right and wrong? Like, that seems like the easier thing. Like, Damien, are you really sure you want to, like, serve your father when he's, like, hurting innocent people, destroying shit with the dragon flame? I feel like that would have a higher likelihood of success than just, like, I'm your twin sister.
Go away, Flora!
I won't, because I know deep down that there's good in you. Come back to Althea, where you belong. Be happy.
I can't do that.
And also, like, you just using the spell on him like that, it's really giving like you're full of shit and you're just trying to get the dragon flame from him. So you're kind of making Vexius look like he's telling the truth.
No, you're talking crazy. We aren't related.
Good job, bitch. So anyway, Bloom then has to fight Vexius while he's using the dragon flame. Bloom is like, I'm gonna use the full power of the dragon flame, whatever that means. She gets this like weird power up. It doesn't have a name. It's ugly. It's not as ugly as her main form, but it's still hideous. There's an attempt to bring like gold accents in like her old form, which, okay, sure. Hair is still ugly. This version of her outfit is honestly giving a really bad Wonder Woman cosplay. Like, I just look at it. It's giving really bad Gen AI Wonder Woman cosplay.
Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman.
I think it's the top and also the bracers mostly that's given that. Also, the animation is fucking ugly as hell. So now it's like Bloom and Vexius fighting with their dragons. It's giving that one promo art of the reboot from way back when, where it was like Ogron with a dark dragon, which like I still don't understand that, but I would take that any day of the week over this. Flora is now trying to convince Damien because apparently they're in love or whatever. Ugh, Flora's turned to be into toxic men, I guess.
That makes sense. Under all that gloom, Damien is really sweet.
Stand up! Stand up!
Flora then tries to save Bloom from Vexius' attack, and she gets hurt.
Flora, no!
Flora!
Again. A fucking again.
And I think this is enough to like make Damien doubt his father enough for them to get the dragon flame away from him. Vexius gives us one of the most cursed lines of all time.
I am the Dark Lord. I am not afraid of a tween.
God, shut up, Jennifer Love hairdo.
And because he's a bitter loser, Vexius then decides to destroy the Light Rock Fortress. Damien goes with him because, okay, sure, whatever.
I am not weak.
You are, Damien. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Yes, Father.
Damien, don't go! Ugh!
So, like, nothing really changed. Like, Vexius still has access to the dragon flame, and Damien will clearly just give him the dragon flame whenever he asks again. So this isn't even really a victory. What was the point of any of this? And the specialists, of course, arrive to, like, save the Winx. We're out of here. Goodbye, Light Rock Fortress. We hardly cared. The Tricks then confront Vexius and are like, we want the staff to the Omega Dimension as part of our deal. And Vexius is like, you thought you could trust me? Have you learned nothing from Darkar or Valtor or Acheron or anyone? Or Tritanus? So he breaks the staff, but he keeps the little orb, so I'm pretty sure that Vexius is still able to access the Omega Dimension.
What did you just do?
Our deal is off.
We then randomly cut to Cloud Tower. The Tricks got there in like 2 seconds, I guess. And like they free the professors because, I don't know, they're just really pissy and they don't give a fuck.
Why would we help them? Griffin will make our lives a nightmare after this. Because I hate Vexius so much, I would do anything to make his life worse.
We go back to Althea. We have like a little celebration about our fake victory.
How about that? We're heroes. I guess we kind of are.
No, you ain't.
Bloom and Sky have a little talk, and I don't care. Bloom is like, why didn't my parents on Gardenia? She says on Gardenia, like it's a planet. What?
It's my parents, back on Gardenia.
But she's like, why didn't my parents, Mike and Vanessa, tell me I have a twin brother? Oh my God, Bloom, you fucking idiot. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why didn't they tell me I had a twin brother? It's not like them.
Fucking idiot.
Farragonda also tries to like cheer Bloom up. She reminds her that danger is still around the corner, but she's also like, you got this, girl. And it's giving how do you do, fellow kids?
Cheer up, girl. You got this.
But it's also giving like Matangi from Moana 2. Moana 2 is a mess, but she's my mess. And I would rather be watching that than this, frankly. The Winx then do a little like, I don't know, celebratory Winx moment. I don't care.
Winx Club.
If Techno says so, we better do it.
Winx Club forever!
Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I'm throwing tomatoes.
And then it's over. This is the first half of the season, and I just, oh my fucking God, I'm so grateful it's done. I cannot get over how bad this reboot has been. Like, they never bothered like introducing us to this new version of the world or the characters. They really just coast on you having prior knowledge of the show. But that is a terrible idea, because if this is meant to like also be for newbies, are you not worried about them not having any clue what the fuck is going on and having like zero emotional investment? Well, of course not, because Eugenio has zero emotional investment. I'm pretty sure he has negative emotional investment at this point. And also just everything that's happened, I'm like, what the fuck is the back half of the season going to be? Is it literally just going to be like continually yelling at Damien for another 13 episodes that his dad is evil until he finally listens? And I'm just going to say right now, if Damien does not get to like become a fairy when he's redeemed, I am going to kick Eugenio's ass up and down the fucking Mediterranean. Okay? Okay. Anyway, I look forward to the checks. Goodbye.